Hindi ko pa na-discuss po ang viscosity. Confirming po. Hindi pa po. Alright. So, for today, we are going to start our module number 2, the properties of fluid and fluid statics. So, noong nakaraan, nagkaroon na tayo ng kaunting intro or kaunting pahapyaw doon sa mga properties ng ating fluids. But right now, let's have a deep understanding or discussion with each property. And let's start with viscosity. Pag sinabi po natin viscosity, it's always the resistance of fluid to flow or to the deformation. It quantifies how thick the sticky a fluid is. So the viscosity is the reason bakit may malabnaw, bakit may malapot na fluid. Si viscosity po ay nahahati sa dalawang kategory, the dynamic viscosity or what we call as the absolute viscosity, and the other one is the kinematic viscosity. So let's start. Okay lang na ito o gusto nyo i-drawing ko ulit or siguro okay lang to, no? Okay lang to. Sige na, drawing na natin. Tinamad. Okay. UPH. Alright. So si viscosity po, ang para po ma-derive natin or mas maunawaan natin ang viscosity, let's go back to a simple deformation first, no? So I have here a magkapakita po ako for the discussion of viscosity. Ayan. Nakikita ka po ang sir? Ipa pala. Okay, nakikita. Imagine po, meron po tayong solid object na hawak. Imagine or tingnan nyo na may solid object na hawak ang sir. Itong solid object na to, this is a rubber material, no? A rubber material, an eraser. Ngayon sa eraser, magbibigay po ako kay eraser ng tinatawag nating shearing force. What is a shearing force? A shearing force is a force that is parallel to the subject. So kung magbibigay ako dito ng shearing force, ibig sabihin parallel po dun sa ibabaw. Kanina, kung makikita nyo, ito po ay square. Nung naglagay po tayo dito ng shearing force, siya po ay naging trapezoid. No, naging trapezoid. Ano po yung gustong ipakita ni Sir? Ni Sir. Naging letter Z. Okay, ano pong gusto ipakita ni Sir? So yung atin pong pinagkaiba po ni fluid at saka ni solid when in terms of the deformation. So in terms of deformation of solid, when it is deformed, no, it only changes its physical attributes or physical appearance, the shape, the size, and we could already calculate the deformation. But when it comes to fluid, when something, for example, meron tayo tubig dito, when a shearing force is applied, for example, a shearing force is applied, can we see the deformation? No. But we could see it deforms, but it is continuously deforming. And ang pagkaka-deform niya po ay nakadepende kung gaano kalakas na puwersa yung nag-a-act dyan. Ibig sabihin, hanggat walang pwersa, walang magiging deformation at hindi totally 100% yung deformation na yun kasi merong nagre-resist po na force. So let us derive the viscosity, the shear stress, and the shear rate. Again, kapag po solid, ang ginagamit natin ay shear stress. Kasi kaya nating kuhanin yung deformation, no? Yung stress applied in every unit of deformation. While pagdating dito kay liquid, continuous po yung ating deformation. So here I have a yan. Meron akong, ito na lang, copy na lang natin yun. Tapos i-erase ko na lang. Okay. Kung makikita nyo, meron po tayo ditong isang container, no? Yung container natin, punong-puno po siya ng tubig. Tanggalin muna natin yung mga kalilituhan nyo. Bakit biglang may ganito? Biglang may ganyan? Yan. Yes po. Alright. So, meron tayong tubig dito sa isang container at yung ilalim po natin that is stationary or that is not moving po. So, stationary. Then, meron po tayo sa taas, yung taas na part niya that is freely moving. Yung katulad ng ginawa ni Sir kanina, freely moving. Kapag freely moving, it is parallel to the subject. It is parallel to the subject that we are talking. Therefore, kapag po ginalaw natin to in horizontal axis, then we are exerting a force. And what force? A shearing force po. Dahil siya ay freely moving, ibig sabihin nagkakaroon tayo dito ng deformation. Ay yung deformation ng fluid ay continuous. Kaya siya nga tinatawag nating flow. No? Ibig sabihin, pero pag titingnan po natin, for example, tingnan po natin ang isang tubo. Sino ditong mahilig sa tubo? Tubuhan natin yan. Okay. Sa tubo, kunwari ay may hose. No, may hose tayo. Yung hose natin ay naglalabas ng tubig, nilalabsan ng tubig. Weep, 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 weep. May talsik. Okay. Ngayon, if you are gonna look here, may iba't iba pong velocity dyan. No? Hindi consistent ang velocity ng tubig natin sa gripo or tubig natin sa isang tubo. Yung velocity po natin, yung pinakamabilis po ay makikita natin doon sa pinakagitna. No? At habang dumidikit po siya doon sa ating mismong tubo, bumabagal po yung ating velocity. Bakit kaya? Ginganil? Neil, Neil, sa tingin mo bakit kaya? Bakit mas mabilis ang velocity sa gitna kaysa velocity sa gilid?
Sir, kasi po, I think po kasi po hindi po siya nagko-contact po dun sa gilid po ng tubo kaya po mas mabilis po nasa gitna.
That is perfectly correct. Wala siyang contact sa surface at ang surface na to ay meron po yung mga bumps at yung bumps na yun ay nagpe-prevent para makapag-flow freely yung ating fluid at yung prevention of that flow or the resistance to that flow, that is already the viscosity. Ibig sabihin kung saan yung ating pinakamabilis, habang dumidikit siya doon sa ating surface, ay bumababa din ang velocity niya. Kaya pag bumalik tayo dito, yan, sa ating pong drawing kanina, dahil ito po is stationary, itong nasa ilalim, this is stationary. Gusto kong ibahin ang kulay. Dahil ito pong ilalim ay stationary, ayan, dahil stationary yung ilalim, ibig sabihin, habang, yan, ibig sabihin, habang bumababa po yung atin pong velocity ay bumababa din po. At itong pagbabago ng velocity habang bumababa ay in a curvature or in a curve. Ito po yung tinatawag nating, ayan, yan. Ito po yung ating tinatawag na velocity gradient. The change in the velocity with respect to the height due to the stationary and to the freely moving upward body, meron tayong tinatawag na velocity profile. No, nagkakaroon tayo ng change of velocity with respect to our distance y. Okay, ibig sabihin ko ang velocity natin dito sa point na to ay, let's say it's letter U, the velocity U, ibig sabihin pagdating dito, yung nasa taas niya, that is also U. Pero meron pa ditong extra, and that is what we called as the du, or the change in our velocity. No? So that is our change in velocity. This is U, that is U. Ito yung ating du, or the change in velocity. Pero ano po bang sabi ni viscosity? Sabi daw po, the velocity of the fluid varies linear from the shear stress. Yan, the shear stress. Pag sinabi naman natin shear stress, the stress, kahit anong stress, that is simply force over area. Pero pag sinabi natin shear stress, then that should be the shearing force over the certain or the unit area. And yung sinasabi naman po nating viscosity, viscosity is directly proportional to the change in velocity with respect to our change in distance. Again, the shearing stress daw po ay denoted, or we have a symbol as tau. Kung sino mga tao gamma dito, ito rin yung tau sa tau gamma. O hindi yun joke, ito na tinawanan ng mga kapatid natin yan. Ayan, mga kapatid natin sa Triskelion at saka yung mga tau gamma. No? So yun yung tau. No? Si tau daw po is directly proportional to the change in our velocity with respect to the change in our direction y. So para maging equation natin, magpapakilala po tayo ng proportionality constant k para derive natin to into an equation. So we could say that tau is equal to k du over dy. At itong proportionality constant k na to, ito po yung tinatawag nating absolute viscosity, or also known as our dynamic viscosity. At si absolute at dynamic viscosity ay gumagamit po tayo ng symbol na mu. Ano naman po si mu? Mu is ano daw po si mu? Si mu po ay, siya po ay nako-contain ng lahat ng DNA ng Pokemon. So that is mu. Tama ka po? Ala, iba. Hindi gayon ang Mew. Yun ang naalala kong Mew eh. Tapos nagtry yung mga taong gumawa ng sariling Mew. Nagawa si Mewtwo. Sino mas malakas, si Mew o si Mewtwo? Si Mew pa rin po. Dahil Mew contains all the genetic imprints of the Pokemon. Joke lang po. So ito po yung ating Mew. Mew is the symbol we use to represent our dynamic or absolute viscosity. So changing this, so we have tau is equal to mu du over dy. Naka-fried noodles na. Meron na sa baba. Okay, can I hear from Mariel? Sabi ko sa'yo, Mariel, lagi kitang tatawagin. Oh, Mariel. Mariel, could you provide me what is the formula for tau again? For shearing stress?
Panghulog mo nga sa pagtiyang yung
Ano daw pong sabi nating formula ng shearing stress? Yung general formula po ng shearing stress. Very good. Paano mo kaya nalaman yun? Oh, wala tayong clue. Ang galing naman ni Mariel. Thank you so much, Mariel. The best ka. Okay, si tau daw po ay simply force over area. So force over area is equal to mu du dy. Eh, ang hinahanap natin ay mu. So ikutin lang natin yung ating equation. It will be mu is equal to force over area all over the change in velocity over the change in distance. Sir, ano po ba yung change in distance na tinutukoy? If you could see here on our example, yung change of distance ay yun pong kapal noong fluid sa pagitan noong dalawang object. Or we could simply say this is also our thickness. Okay? So this will be our formula for our dynamic viscosity. Sir, paano naman po pag sinabi natin kinematic viscosity? Kinematic viscosity is simply the relationship of our viscosity with respect to the density. And this is our kinematic viscosity. Question. Question for viscosity? Question po? Okay, kung wala, let's proceed with the next one, which is our density. So si density naman po, hindi na to masyadong usapin, no? Dahil simula nursery pa lang tayo, tinuturo na sa atin ng mga teacher natin. What is density? Again, density is simply just the relationship of mass with respect to unit volume. Density is crucial in determining whether an object will float or sink. The concept of buoyancy is directly related to density. Again, can I hear from Prince? Paring Prince.
Yes po, sir.
What is the density of water in English unit? What is the mass density of water in English unit? Hala, nag-search pa.
Tingnan ko yung 32 point.
Malibo, Idol Prince. Si Idol Ivan kaya. Paring Ivan.
Yes po, sir.
What is the density of, or what is the mass density of water in English unit?
$1.94 slug po.
Very good. So that is 1.94 slugs in every feet cube. Okay. Can I hear from Mar Francis? Mar, parang Mar.
Good morning po.
What is the mass density of water in SI unit?
1,000 kilogram per cubic meter po.
1,000 kilogram per cubic meter. Iko. Iko?
Yes po, sir.
What is the mass density of cold water in English unit? In SI unit?
1,000 kilogram per cubic meter po.
Very good po. Okay, Ray.
Yes po, sir.
Ray, what is the density of water, mass density of hot water in English unit?
1,000 kilogram per cubic
Very
meter.
good. Therefore, we could also conclude, bumalik ulit tayo sa napag-usapan natin before, whether we change temperature, the density of liquids doesn't thoroughly change, no? Pero pag ang tinanong ni Sir, what is the density of air in English man or SI unit, kung anong trip mo, Andre? Parang Andre, rap?
Yes po.
What is the density of air?
Ano po, depende po sa temperature and pressure po.
Very good. Wow, husay talaga. Gagaling na awa natin. It is always dependent on what is the given temperature and what is the given pressure. And if you are unable to, if you want to be able to solve for that, and we could use the ideal gas equation, having PV is equal to MRT. I think density is clear with everyone. Let's now proceed with our pressure. So sa pressure po natin is the force exerted per unit area. A fluid at rest, the pressure is exerted equally in all directions. And it increases with depth. The relationship between pressure and depth in static fluid is given by the Pascal's law. So para po mas maging malinaw yung ating discussion dito, let's have a derivation po. Ayan, meron na pala dito. So ito na lang yung gamitin natin. I-redraw ko na lang or ulitin ko. Ulitin ko dahil masipag ako. Okay. So let's have here a glass of water again na may lamang tubig. Okay. So may lamang tubig. Tapos tayo daw po ay so ito ay hanggang dito lang yung tubig natin, no? Yan, hanggang dito lang yung ating tubig. Then tayo po ay gagawa ng isang imaginary block doon sa loob ng tubig. Let's create an imaginary block. So we are trying to derive the formula for pressure at any depth of the fluid. Ba't tayo tumuwid? Pangit ka, Bandi. Okay. Then, ngayon, anong sabi natin lagi sa ginagawa ng molecules ng tubig kapag po nakakita siya ng surface? Lagi niyang ina-atake. So let's try identifying what are the forces acting right now on this block. So ano po yung mga forces na nag-a-act dito? So una, may pwersa po ba siyang nararamdaman sa gilid? Meron po. Ibig sabihin kung meron sa kabilang gilid, meron din sa isang gilid. Let's denote this as our F1 and our F2. At because they are on the same elevation or on the same height, and it is also on static, we see the summation of forces at X, where going to the right is positive, is equal to F1 minus F2. But F1 is equal to F2. Kasi sabi natin kanina, yung pressure daw po or forces of the molecules of fluid are equal all throughout the body. No, no ating fluid mismo. Therefore, F1 is minus F2 will be only equal to 0. Okay, another force. May force po ba dito sa may harapan? At sa may likuran? Hinarap siya at siya ay nilikod. So, F3 and F4. May forces po ba doon? Meron po. At yung atin pong summation at forces at Z, which positive po ay going there, is equal to F3 minus F4. And this is also equal to 0. O sige nga, Feldwin, ano pa mga force ang meron dito?
Sa Y direction po, sir.
Sa Y direction. So, meron daw po tayong forces mula sa ilalim. No, let's say this is our force from the bottom. Ano pa bukod sa bottom? Nasaan si Justin o Harry? Harry? Tama nga ba? Si Harry. Harry ka na.
Hello po.
Harry, bukod sa bottom, ano pang meron?
Top po.
Yan, top. Ano mas trip mo dun sa dalawa, Harry?
Wala po.
Wala po.
Top po.
Kasi itong dalawang to ay maka-cancel out lang din, no? Okay. So, another one, si paring Brent. Brent. May nakikita pa ba tayong force? Paring Brent. Going once, going twice, going thrice. Okay, I will be kicking Brent on our Google Classroom and you will be noted as absent for today po. No? Okay, let me first remove Brent from the call. Okay, let me hear from Lebron. Parang Lebron. May nakikita ka ba bang force dito?
Gravitational force po ba?
Gravitational force, nino? Ng ano at nino?
Acting on the water po.
Acting on the water. Gravitational force acting on the water? Para mas maganda nating i-term na dahil ito po ay block, ito ay box, therefore meron siyang dimensions, meron siyang volume, at meron siyang mass. At yung mass na yon ay nagpo-produce ng tinatawag nating weight or yung gustong ipakita bilang gravitational pull ni Idol Lebron. Okay? Ngayon, the problem is, hindi natin tukoy or hindi tayo totally sure kung ano yung dimension, mass, kasi tayo ay imaginary lang, no? Kumbaga, a certain mass, a certain dimension. So, yung weight niya, hindi rin tayo sure. So, let's denote it as a certain weight. No? Okay. Ano pa kaya? Meron pa ba kaya? O sige nga, Harry, kung meron pa. Kung meron pang force.
Sa y-axis. Ay, y pa din po.
Ano naman sa y?
Atmospheric po.
Very good. Paano nagkaroon ng atmospheric? Ito po ay open to the atmosphere. Therefore, sa pinakataas na to ay may nagpe-penetrate po na pressure from the atmosphere. Pero ang problema, hindi natin alam kung gaano kataas, kababa ang lokasyon nitong ating container. So, hindi tayo totally sure kung ano yung atmospheric pressure natin. So, just say natin na this is a certain pressure as well. So, let's now have the summation of forces at Y where going downward is positive. So, we have the certain pressure plus our pressure at top na paborito daw ni Harry plus yung ating certain weight minus yung pressure at the bottom. Si pressure at top, si pressure at bottom, they are equal. Cancel out na lang natin. So, ang matitira natin, summation ng forces at Y is equal to dP plus dW. Sa tatlo, dito lang tayo nagkaroon ng konting pagbabago or additional forces. So, let's equate it into 0. So, dP plus dW is equal to 0. Bakit dP? Ay forces ang pinag-uusapan natin. I'm sorry, no? Ayusin lang ni sir kasi forces ang pinag-uusapan natin. So, let's say this is force, certain force, DFP. DFP, DFP. No, kasi from the atmosphere. So, DFP, FP plus DW is equal to 0. Certain force is equal to negative dW. Ngayon, para hindi tayo mahirapan, itry natin in terms of area, yung ating equation, para mas madali nating ma-derive. Sir, saan natin kukuhanin sa area? If you are going to look back on our drawing, tayo ay mayroong dimension. Therefore, itong square na to, yan, has a certain, yan, ay meron po yung certain area or let's say certain area A. At ito pong gilid mula dito sa ilalim or sa bottom part ay let's say it is Y2 at mula naman dito sa lower part, this is Y1. Therefore, this is the change in dy or simply Y2 minus Y1. So kung ito terms natin ng area, alam natin na pressure is equal to force over area. And force is equal to pressure multiplied to area. Paltan lang natin yung ating mga equation, lalo ito, no? Gawin natin in terms ng area. Pagdating dito, yung certain force, it will be the certain pressure multiplied to the area is equal to dW. Sir, paano naman natin to ipapalit? So, dW is a force. So, we could also say, or let's try to convert it into a, in terms of area. So, paano po natin ito in terms of area yung ating force weight po? So, ang ano po bang formula ng weight? Weight is equal to mass multiply to gravitational pull. Pero alam din po natin na mass na density is equal to mass over volume. And mass is equal to density multiplied to volume. Substitute natin to into this one. So, ang ating weight is equal to density multiplied to volume. Pero, ang atin pong density, ang atin pong weight na to ay certain weight, unknown weight. So, certain weight will be equal to pressure multiplied to the volume. So, this is still the certain mass. Sir, bakit po hindi tayo nag-certain volume? Kasi provided tayo with our dy and with our area. Kaya pagdating dito, dW will be equal to the density. Ano yung formula ng volume natin? That is area multiplied to our dy, which is already uncertain or the certain y. So, area multiplied to dy. And this is our weight with respect to area or in terms of area. So, substitute natin to dito sa ating equation. So, we will be having dPA is equal to negative density area multiplied to the certain distance or change in distance. Cancel natin ang similar terms. So we have certain pressure is equal to negative density dy. Parang kulang. Mas pa lang to. Kailangan natin yung gravitational pull para po siya ay maging weight. So multiply to gravitational pull. Huwag kakalimutan yan. Multiply to gravitational pull, dy. Rho A, G, dy. Okay? Ngayon, ito na lang ang natira. Parehas silang naka-certain or may derivative pa din. So, gamitan natin ng integration para po siya ay makuha natin ang value. So, ano po yung P1? Yung P1 po is the pressure where the block is located, or simply the pressure at any depth of the fluid. While si P2 ay yung pressure natin at the surface of the fluid. No? So pagdating dito, we have P1 to P2, and here is Y1 to Y2. Integrating both sides, so we have P2 minus P1 is equal to negative rho G Y2 minus Y1. At si Y2 minus Y1 is simply what we called as the height. So we have P2 minus P1 is equal to negative rho G H. Multiplying both sides by the negative sign, we have negative P2 plus P1 is equal to rho GH. Transposing, we have P1 is equal to P2 plus rho GH. Ano ulit si P1? P1 is the pressure at any point or depth in the fluid. While si P2, ito yung pressure sa surface. Yun yung tinatawag nating atmospheric pressure. At si rho GH, this is our gauge pressure. So again, P1, this is what we called also as our absolute pressure. P2 is our atmospheric pressure. And rho GH, this is our gauge pressure. And this is our pressure at any depth formula. Question? Okay. Kung malinaw, so I think we could proceed, sir. Saan naman po nanggaling yung tinatawag po nating atmospheric pressure? So si atmospheric pressure po, lagi nyo na lang sir sinabi na may hangin sa taas kaya may atmospheric pressure. Sa totoong buhay, si atmospheric pressure po ay galing sa tinatawag nating sea of air. Sa ibabaw po ng mundo ay meron pong maraming particles ng hangin. Itong particles ng hangin ay tinatawag nating sea of air. The sea of air at each particle na yan ay meron pong weight. And then weight. Weight. Oh, yan. Yan po yung weight, no? Yung weight na yan ay nag-exert ng force due to gravity downward. Ngayon, dahil po sila ay parang stock of air, no? Nagpa-pile up yung forces na yan. Nagpapatong-patong. At sa pagpapatong-patong nila, patong-patong-patong, pag nakarating sila dito sa ating sea level, ang sea level natin ay yung pinaka-surface ng dagat, no? Kaya sea level ang gamit natin dahil mas malaki ang sinasakop ng tubig kaysa sa lupa sa ating mundo. At may elevation din yung mga lupa natin. So at sea level, dahil pile up, patong ng force, patong, doon natin nararamdaman yung total force exerted by the sea of air in every unit area or what we call as the atmospheric pressure. Kaya yan din po ang dahilan kung bakit habang tumataas tayo ay bumababa si pressure dahil nababawasan yung nagpa-pile up na forces. At kung bakit naman habang ibinabaon ay lumalaki ang pressure, habang binabaon ay lumalaki kasi naman po nadadagdagan yung nagpa-pile up na forces. So that is for the atmospheric pressure. Kaya kung kunwari si Harry, pinaangat natin sa atmosphere, mararamdaman ni Harry na nababa ang pressure. Pero pag ibinaon natin si Harry, mararamdaman ni Harry na lumalaki naman po yung pressure. Na, Okay. So that is for our atmospheric pressure. And si pressure po, katulad ng sabi natin kanina, as long as we are on the same x-axis or on the same elevation, in other term, no, the pressure will remain the same as long as we have the same type of fluid, disregarding the size, shape of the container. Pero pag nagkaroon na po tayo ng pagbabago sa fluid, kunwari ay naging mercury, they will not be the same pressure even though they are on the same level. No? So same pressure lang siya as long as we are on the same location, same at altitude, and same fluid. Disregarding the shape, size ng ating container. Next po ay ang ating temperature. For the temperature naman po, okay, for the temperature, this is a temperature and viscosity relationship. So tayo po ay nag-govern ay yung tinatawag nating Arrhenius equation. Pero pagdating po kay Arrhenius equation is known to be an empirical formula. And when we say empirical formula, hindi yung katulad ng pressure natin kanina na calculate natin or na-derive natin. Empirical formula are obtained through various experimentation. Kaya lagi pag empirical formula, may ginagamit tayong mga constant. No? Reynolds number, Boltzmann constant, kasi empirical, obtained from experimentation. And from experimentation, nakuha daw po ni Arrhenius yung ating viscosity dependent on the temperature provided. So yung viscosity daw po natin on a given temperature will be equal to the viscosity na kinukuha natin kanina, yung F over A over du over dy. So this is the viscosity 0. Multiply to the exponential of B. B is our Arrhenius constant. No, siya yung nag-provide nun, depende sa fluid na pinag-uusapan, divided by 2 the T, which is our temperature at absolute value. So absolute, lagi siya pong in Kelvin. So that is simply our equation, sinasa ulo lang to dahil ito po ay empirical formula. So let's proceed with compressibility. So let me just have a 5-minute break. No? Iinom lang po. Okay, so let's have our compressibility. Ayan. All right. On the discussion of compressibility, compressibility refers to the change in volume of fluid in response to the change in pressure. If you could remember, pinag-aralan natin noong nakaraan the incompressible and compressible fluids. But here, the compressibility that we are now talking is about how a certain object changes in pressure when it is affected by the pressure of the fluid where it is submerged, even it's a gas or a liquid. Ang pinag-uusapan na compressibility dito ay kung paano na bago ang shape, size, or volume ng object when the pressure is applied. So for example, sino kaya dito? Sino pwede nating pagtripan? Kunwari si Iko. Yan. Si Iko, meron tayo ditong tubig. Ayan. Meron tayong tubig. Siyempre, yung tubig nasa container. Okay? Then, ito si Iko. Bagong gupit kasi si Iko, kaya ganyan. Konti lang po. Oh, galing kang mag-draw. Yan si Iko. Ngayon si Iko, inilagay natin sa isang container. Yan. Kunwari ay submarine. No. Si Iko, pagkalagay natin sa submarine, inilubog natin ngayon sa tubig. Nilubog natin. Wee! Yan, nilubog natin sa tubig. Ano ang gagawin ng mga molecules ng tubig nung nakita yung nilalagyan ni Iko? Nakakita sila ng surface. So, ang gagawin nila, aatakihin nila. No? Sabi na, yung si Iko, sisingilan na naman kami. Inatake. Yung si Iko, yung masisingilin na naman. Si Iko rin ba ang treasurer niya? Ako, abdinator lang. Okay. So, yung inatake. Ibig sabihin, pag may puwersa na umaatake all throughout the surface nung kinalalagyan ni Iko, nagkakaroon ngayon tayo ng tinatawag na compression. No? Yung kaninang size ni Iko ganito na lang after. Yung unang volume ni Iko, nagbago yung volume after. Kung malaki yung kay Iko nung simula, lumiit na nung after na makompress. So that is the change in volume when an object is submerged is always negative. Kasi paliit po because of the compression due to the pressure of the fluid. Pero paano pa ba natin mas maunawaan? Let's go back a bit with your physics po. No, nung physics natin, tinuro sa atin yung tinatawag nating elasticity. Elasticity is the ability of the material to go back to its original form after the force is applied to it. No. So sabi natin, kunwari may material tayo, una, ito lang kaikli, no? Ito lang kaikli. Meron ba ako dito? Kunwari ganyan lang. Hinila ko na i-stretch out. Humahaba. No? Dahil humaba po siya, nagkaroon tayo ng tinatawag nating change in length or the increase in length. So the change in length daw po is equal to the 1 over the modulus of elasticity. Multiply to the force per unit of area ng ating object na hinila. Yan. Areang ito nung hinila natin. Multiply to our original length. Ito yung ating formula ng elasticity. Kung naalala nyo, nag-physics tayo o kaya nung tayo ay mga daycare pa lang bago tayo turuan ng ABCD, tinuro sa atin yung formula ng elasticity. No? Ang elasticity, pahaba. Paano naman pag-compressibility? Pa-compress. So pagdating kay compressibility, Same pa rin tayo, may change, pero pagdating dito, it's now change in volume. Kasi pagdating po kay fluids, all throughout po ay nararamdaman yung ating pressure. At all throughout ay may pagbabago on all the sides. Kaya volume yung ating ginagamit will be 1 over the modulus of elasticity pa rin. Pero pagdating dito kay compressibility, it is the modulus of compressibility. Pwedeng letter B, pwede rin pong letter Y. It's just a denotion na it is a modulus of that compressibility. Either or pwede nyo gamitin. Multiply to the force over area, multiply to the initial volume. Pero, Mariel, ano nga ba yung force over area? Mariel, ano yung force over area? Stress po. And aside from stress, kapag liquids ang pinag-uusapan, or specifically fluids, that is our pressure. That is stress. And stress, kapag ang pinag-uusapan is solid, pag liquid and gases, that is pressure. So pressure multiply to 1 over B multiply to VO is equal to delta V. Ikutin lang natin ng konti. Delta V over VO is equal to pressure over our compressibility. At kapag ang hinahanap natin ay yung B, B is equal to pressure divided by delta V over VO. And this is our formula for compressibility. Compressibility is equal to the change in pressure all over the change in volume over the original volume. And this change in volume is always negative. Make sure to remember that thing. Okay? And that is for our compressibility. Again, whenever we put an object submerged in water, the object will change its volume due to pressure. And the change of that volume is always negative. At meron tayo ditong ilang sample of our materials with their compressibility value. So we have our diamond, our iron, nickel, steel, copper, brass, aluminum, crown glass, lead, and always remember that water is 2.2 times 10 raised to 9 Pascal and air is 1.42 times 10 raised to 5 Pascal. Now, tatandaan itong values na tatlo sa ibaba. Okay, let's now proceed with surface tension. Parang kaya natin tapusin, no? Hindi. May bukas pa naman tayo. Pero try na natin ang surface tension. Tapos after nyo, may isa pa akong klase. Wala akong lunch. Pero uwi na ng 2:30. Sarap buhay. Nakakapag-gym. Okay. Nakita ko na naman si Jacolvia. Ay, Jacolvia pala. Alright, surface tension naman po tayo. So, si surface tension daw po arises due to the cohesive forces between fluid molecules at the surface of the liquid. So, these forces cause the liquid to behave like an elastic sheet. Sila po ang responsible kung bakit nakakakita tayo ng droplets ng tubig. Bakit sa umaga yung dahon, no? Makikita natin may mga tubig-tubig. May tubig-tubig. Bakit ang luha ay pumapatak ng parang ganyan? Bakit kaya ng yun, ganun, katulad nun, paano siya pumapatak ng pabilog? At bakit kaya ng langgam magbuhat ng isang droplet ng tubig? Ano nga ba ang dahilan? Ang dahilan ay yung tinatawag nating surface tension. Nakakatuwang O1 discussion, no? Kasi parang sa section nyo lang na while discussion, meron kayong reaction kahit online, tas marami kayong interaction with the discussion itself. No? Nakakatuwang O1. Just to commend your section. Based from O1, O3, Ano pang isa? And 1-0. Kakatuwa kayo. So, ang surface tension, this is not about solid and liquid interaction. This is not about liquid to liquid interaction, but this is more of the gas-liquid interaction. So, paano po ba yun nangyayari dun, sir? Okay. So again, meron tayo ditong baso ng tubig na may lamang tubig. Pag di pa kayo na purga sa baso ng tubig na may lamang tubig hanggang end ng semester, aywan ko na. Okay. Si baso ng tubig na may lamang tubig, meron pong lamang tubig malamang. Joke lang. May molecules po siya ng tubig sa loob. Yung molecules po natin ng tubig, that is arranged randomly. No, they are arranged randomly with enough space away from each other. Anong ginagawa ni tubig? Pag nakakita ng surface, inaatake po. Ay, anong ginagawa niya sa kapwa niya tubig? Tayo po ay may tinatawag na each of these molecules or particles ay meron pong tinatawag din natural vibration. Naalala niyo na pag-usapan na natin to before, yung pinagkaiba ni solid, liquid, and gas, no? Si natural vibration are the cause for this particle to be in a constant random motion. Because of that constant random motion, meron din tayong tinatawag na intermolecular attraction. Sana all may attraction. Si intermolecular attraction is the attraction between the bonds of the molecules we are speaking of. Pagdating kay tubig, so let's focus on tubig. Si tubig po ay may one molecule of oxygen and 2 molecules of hydrogen. 1 oxygen, 2 hydrogen. 1 oxygen, 2 hydrogen. Okay? Ngayon, si oxygen po ay partially negatively charged, while si hydrogen is partially positively charged. At anong ginagawa ni positive at negative? They attract with each other. Kayo mga magjowa dyan kalimitan, kaya nagtatagal dahil kayo ay magkaiba ng ugali. The positive and negative, that is what we call as the hydrogen bonding or the electrostatic forces due to the difference in their charge. So ngayon, nagbabanto, hihilahin niya si oxygen hihilahin si hydrogen. Naghihilahan silang dalawa. Naghihilahan ang everyone. Yun yung tinatawag nating attractive forces. So let's go back with the baso ng tubig na may lamang tubig na nakikita natin microscopically yung kanilang particles. Ngayon, hinila, naghilahan sila. Hila. Pero, nagkaroon tayo ng konting problema. Sabi nung nasa first layer natin. Sabi nitong nasa first layer, paano naman ako? How about me? Sinong hihila sa akin sa taas? Sinong hihilahin ko sa taas? Anong ginawa niya? Dahil yung iba, nahihila nila yung iba, nakapag-share sila ng bond with the other. Pero pagdating sa first layer natin ng tubig sa taas, wala na siyang share-sharean. Wala rin nag-share sa kanya sa taas. So sabi niya, from now on, I will be independently strong. Dahil doon, gumawa siya ng strong bond with each other. At dahil sa strong bond na yon, nakapag-create sila ng tinatawag nating film. And that strong bond or that film is the reason bakit kayang i-hold ng fluid yung shape ng droplet. Bakit kayang i-hold ng fluid yung ating ipinapatak na karayom. Or simply, that is the reason for the surface tension because of the attractive attraction, because of the molecular attraction and the strong bond created due to the absence of bond na kanilang i-attract. Dahil ang sunod dito sa first layer ay yung ating air na po. Okay? So dahil wala na siyang mahila, hinila na lang niya isa't isa in a horizontal direction, nakabao tayo ng film at yung film na yun ang dahilan for our surface tension. So si surface tension, simply, it is the force given to the length, given to the length of the film created. So force over length is simply our surface tension. And this is our surface tension formula. Question po. Clarification? Wala po. So let's now proceed with our flow behavior. Pagdating po natin kay flow behavior, si flow behavior ay i-discuss na natin bukas, no? So last 15 minutes tayo. I'm tired na po kasi. So bukas, we are going to finish with our flow and Reynolds, buoyancy, and we are going to start with our hydrostatic forces and pressure variation. So for now, I will call it a day and I will see you tomorrow at exactly 2 p.m. So everyone, thank you so much for listening and I do hope you have a very great day ahead. Bye-bye mga idol. Love you po.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you po.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you po.